Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Trouble. Now, Trouble DTE is a rapper who is closely affiliated with Duct Tape Entertainment, right? I believe his first album was under them. And news kicked off this morning that Trouble had lost his life in an early morning shooting outside of a nightclub, man. It was horrible news. A lot of people have talked about it and responded to it on social media and, given their take on what happened and how big a loss this was to the Atlanta rap scene. Well, it looks like the long arm of the law is acting swiftly because there are reports that a suspect is already being named or someone is already being accused of having some type of involvement in the shooting death that led to Trouble losing his life. Now, I'm going to be referencing a story from the local news there in Atlanta, but before we get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about this news story about Trouble, man. Now, by now, everybody knows, and it's all over hip-hop news, that the rapper Trouble was shot and killed in Atlanta outside of a nightclub, allegedly sitting in his car, right? Now, I'll be referencing a story from the Channel 11 News there in Atlanta, and it says this in the headline. It says, Atlanta rapper Trouble shot to death, sheriff says. Now, it goes on to start talking about, his label representing, but let's get to it, man. So it says, in quotes, a true voice of his city and an inspiration to the community, he proudly represented his record label Def Jam said on Instagram. So he was signed to Def Jam, and, he seemed like one of those cats who was always in the scene in Atlanta, and they stepped out to just, pay their last respects and some sort of condolences for the loss, right? Now, the story starts off by saying this. Atlanta. It says, Atlanta-based rapper Trouble was shot to death over the weekend, according to the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office. Now, that might come as a surprise to some people who thought he might have been in the heart of the city in Atlanta, or maybe some other type of area. Now, Rockdale County is considered in the Atlanta, metro area, so it's still a part of Atlanta, but a little different than some of the rumors that were out there, and some other things are different. Like, a lot of people were running with the narrative that he was shot outside of a club. Now, the story continues by saying this. It says the 34-year-old, whose real name is Mariel Samante Orr, was found with a gunshot wound at Lake St. James apartment complex in Conyers at 3:20 a.m. Sunday. The sheriff's office said he was taken to a local hospital where he later died from his injuries. So they know exactly where he was shot, where they picked him up at, and that he died from his injuries from there. So he was outside of an apartment complex, according to this story, not outside of a nightclub. Now, the story goes on to continue and, talk about the potential suspects. So let's get into it. Now, it says this. It says the Rockdale County Sheriff said no arrests have been made. However, they have secured warrants for a suspect identified as 33-year-old Jamichael Jones of Atlanta in connection to the murder. They released the photo of him right here. So you see this black and white photo, and it looks like it's a mugshot, and it's from the Rockdale County Sheriff. Now, they might have an idea of who this is because maybe this was something personal between them, and they're both living in that city, and it was easy to find out the details, like that, as opposed to something outside of a nightclub or something like that, where it takes a lot more time to find the details. Now, I'm not saying that this guy, Jamichael Jones, is guilty, but they're putting him out there early as being connected to the murder, so we'll see where this takes it, right? Now, the story also says this. Trouble's record label, Def Jam Records, said the rapper was a voice for his city in a post on social media. In quotes, it says, our thoughts and prayers are with the children, loved ones, and fans of Trouble. The label posted on Instagram. Also in quotes, it says, a true voice for his city and an inspiration to the community he proudly represented. Now, a lot of people came out on Trouble's behalf and have been talking on social media, showing their last respects. Like Mike Will made it. A lot of people who are like Instagram models and influential people throughout Atlanta, man. They were really feeling this situation, man. So it hit a lot of people bad, man. Now, what's crazy is they got a suspect so quickly. So that leads me to believe that either somebody knew about the situation or something, or there's some details that we'll find out later that shows us why they found a suspect or have a suspect or somebody who's a person of interest this quickly. Now, the story ends on a positive note. It says a couple of things. It says the rap community was mourning his loss and sharing condolences on social media. Rapper and activist Killer Mike, also from Atlanta, tweeted, in quotes, God bless the dead. He was a good man, gone too soon. Rappers T.I., Gucci Mane also took to Twitter when they heard the news. So you had T.I., he posted a tweet, and you had Gucci Mane as well posted a tweet where he said, "Rest in peace, Trouble." Meek Mill, just the day before, said there was no telling what tomorrow's news will be, only to learn of Trouble's passing when he woke up. And he woke up and he posted this right here is what Meek Mill said. He said, "And I woke up to RIP Trouble. Everybody texting, be careful, and shaking my head, rest in peace, fam." You know what I mean? After quoting his own tweet the day before. Now, Trouble's reported girlfriend, Alexis Sky, posted a heartfelt message on Twitter saying he didn't deserve this. Now it says, "RIP at Trouble DTE. I'm so sorry this happened to you, Scoob. You didn't deserve this. I'm praying for your kids and family." Now that was Alexis Sky. She's an Instagram influencer and Instagram model. And I guess they were having a relationship or whatnot, right? Now the story goes on to talk about some of the positive and negative things about Trouble as far as, what went down with him in Atlanta, like his legal troubles that I'm not going to get into at this time. And then also talked about some of the activism type work that he did to try to promote nonviolence in the streets of Atlanta. So, ended on a positive note. Now with this, what do you guys think about this, man? What do you guys think about the fact that they have a suspect so quickly, pointed out or have warrants issued for a suspect in this situation so fast? Do you think they might be jumping the gun, or do you feel like they must have some good information or intel about the situation and what went down? Now with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace. And oh yeah, rest in peace to Trouble and condolences to his family, man. And we out of here. Peace.